Hello everyone, my name is Andy. Welcome to today's presentation on 3 powerful tools that can greatly enhance your PHP development workflow. We have GrumPHP, PHPStan, and PHPcodeSniffer. These tools are essential for writing high quality, maintainable, and efficient PHP code. In the world of development, it's crucial to ensure that our code is clean, error-free, and adheres to industry best practices. This not only helps us avoid bugs and potential security vulnerabilities, but also makes our code more readable and maintainable for ourselves and other developers working on the project. Throughout this presentation, we will dive deep into each of these tools, exploring their features, benefits, and how they can be integrated into your PHP development workflow. And at the end, we will be doing a live demo on how they can work together to create a robust, high-quality code base. First, let's talk about PHPcodeSniffer, a tool that helps enforce coding standards and maintain consistent code style within a project. CodeSniffer analyzes your code base against a predefined set of coding rules, such as the PSR coding standards. It automatically identifies code style violations such as indentation issues, variable naming inconsistencies, and more. By using CodeSniffer, you can ensure that your code base follows a unified style, making it easier to collaborate with other developers and enhancing the overall readability of your code. Next, we have PHPStan, a powerful static analysis tool for PHP. PHPStan helps us to catch potential bugs and type-related issues in our code base before they even make it to the runtime environment. By analyzing the code base without executing it, PHPStan provides us with valuable insights into the correctness of our code. It checks for type errors, undefined variables, incorrect method calls, and more, allowing us to identify and fix issues early in the development cycle. PHPStan helps us write safer, more robust code and saves us precious debugging time. Lastly, we have GrumPHP. Now, GrumPHP is a task runner that runs automated checks on your code whenever you commit changes to a repository. It acts as your code's personal bodyguard, continuously guarding against common pitfalls and mistakes. GrumPHP can perform various tasks such as running unit tests, enforcing code standards, and preventing you from committing code with syntax errors or incomplete documentation. With GrumPHP, you can ensure that your code base remains clean and consistent throughout the development process. Next step, I will show you how to install all 3 tools and how to integrate both PHPcodeSniffer and PHPStan into GrumPHP. To install GrumPHP, you need to open your project in your preferred terminal or command line interface. Run the following composer command to install GrumPHP and its dependencies in your project. During the installation, Composer may ask if you want to create a grumphp.yml file. Type no, because we will create the configuration manually. Now, in the root of your project, create a grumphp.yml file and insert these 2 lines in the file, grumphp and tasks. Next, to install PHPcodeSniffer, in your terminal, install the required dependency for PHPcodeSniffer using Composer. Once installed, open the grumphp file in your root directory and add the 2 following lines, phpcs and the coding standard PSR12. To install PHPStan, install the required dependency for PHPStan by running the following composer command. Once installed, open the GrumPHP file in your root directory and add the last two lines, PHPStan and level 5. Now level 5 is what I call a medium level. The levels go from 0 to 8, 8 being the strictest. You can change this in the future if you want to, but for now we will keep it at level 5. Please note that these steps provide us a basic installation process for each tool. Depending on your project and specific requirements, you may need to customize the configuration files and install additional dependencies. Once you have installed GrumPHP, PHPcodeSniffer and PHPStan, you can run each of these tools individually in your terminal by navigating to the root of your directory of your project and run the following commands. While you have the option to run each tool individually, in most cases you'll find it convenient to rely on GrumPHP. When you commit changes to a repository, GrumPHP will automatically run the configured tasks, including PHPcodeSniffer and PHPStan. Now let's move on to the live demo, showcasing how each of these tools work. Now for the demo, here we have a project called Wild Series. I'm going to run all two packages to see what type of error messages we'll get. But first, we're going to start with GrumPHP. Assuming you have already installed all two packages, you will need to go into your terminal and navigate to the root of your project. So here we are already in the root of the project. And to run GrumPHP, all you have to do is commit changes to the repository. So add and then press enter. As you can see, GrumPHP is not happy because PHPcodeSniffer has found one violation and PHPStan has found one error. So for each of these violations, it will tell you which file the error or violation has occurred. So for CodeSniffer here, the category controller.php file has one violation on line 24, and it's telling us that that line exceeds 120 characters. So for PHPStan, again, in the category controller.php file, on line 37 is telling us that there is an undefined variable called tests. So all we have to do is go into the category controller. First, we're going to correct PHPStan error, which is on line 37. And here, as you can see, I added this for the purpose of the demo. So all we need to do to correct this is to remove it because we don't need it. Next, for CodeSniffer, we need to go to line 24, which is here. And as you can see, the line does exceed 120 characters. And all we have to do is modify it according to the coding standards. So once all violation errors have been corrected, we can commit again and run GrumPHP. As you can see, GrumPHP is happy and everything is all good. So that's how you run GrumPHP. So every time you commit, GrumPHP will tell you any violation or errors before you even commit to the repository. So like I said, you can run these files individually. So for the purpose of this demo, I'm just going to run PHPcodeSniffer. So for that, we need to create one violation. And to run PHPcodeSniffer, again, go into your terminal, into the root of your project, and run the following command. So php vendor /bin/phpcs, press enter. Here, PHPcodeSniffer has found one violation, the one we just made, on line 29, which is this, and it is telling us that the closing parentheses and the opening brace of a multi-line function declaration must be on the same line. So we need to correct this. You can run it again. As you can see, PHPcodeSniffer has found no more violations. So thank you for joining us today. Remember to utilize GrumPHP, PHPStan, and PHPcodeSniffer to enhance your PHP development workflow, catch bugs, and enforce coding standards. Happy coding!